Hello, everybody. God damn it. Now that the power is in multiple people's hands...
Everyone has the nut power.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Dungeons Mad Mage. When we left our heroes, they had spent another day in the City of Splendors, snowy Waterdeep. Alturiac III has passed. The various members of the party have continued their endeavors, making headway on their various training regimens or preparations for the upcoming tasks ahead of them. Some of them making breakthroughs and some of them not making breakthroughs. However, it is now the day of the 4th, and upon this evening is the intention that you will all reconvene, or not reconvene, only one of you's been there, convene within the Temple of the Saladrin in order to be ushered into the region of dreams, Dalcor. Who wants to do what today? And who wants to go first? Your shit is happening during the evening, so everyone can basically do what they would normally do, except for Ashes. Sorry, Ashes. Technically, you can go to the Temple of the Moon at a different time.
I mean, can I finish my class on rare pots?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You guys have a full day with which to do whatever you would normally do.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Right. So
well, last night I got progress with my thing, right? My stuff. I was able to make progress.
He did personal boning and work boning.
Oh, God.
Yes. Yeah.
Personal
Yes.
boning.
Yes. You boned twice yesterday.
Okay. I didn't.
Nice,
I didn't
man.
so.
Yes, there was a double boning yesterday. Absolutely.
Congrats on the boning.
Thanks, brother.
So aside, Jay's having trouble. Jay, you spend your morning.
For this.
You spend. Are you?
Yes.
You spend your morning back at the guild. I say the guild. It's an entire street of like apothecaries and physicians, but at the building of the Guild of Apothecaries and Physicians under the tutelage of Beryl. It is now that I need you to... Hold up. Gotta check this. Sure I have rules written down for this. Why is that in my head tonight? Also, different music, please. Why am I super ominous over here? Let's get some... Let's get some happy Waterdeep music.
What's about to happen to, like... Halls and Kings of Mountains?
No. This is for... Is this for rare training?
Let's see. According to... Hold on, I gotta actually pull it up. I believe it's for rare. I think I was able to do uncommon.
Yeah, well, you were able to do common out of the gate. And then your initial training allowed you uncommon, and now you are trying to further your training to do rare.
And I'm just verifying.
Okay. All right. What is your bonus to your alchemy checks?
Okay, so now that I'm a super smart boy, looks like I get a +9 because it's int plus. I think it's int plus proficiency, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah,
that's really good because you need a 20 to pass your test.
Okay, here we go. Did I studi? Yes.
You studi! Hey!
I studi good.
If you had failed, all it means is that you gotta try again. You gotta keep trying again until you succeed. Is the kind of concept. So
driver's license rules.
Yeah, basically. It's like come back tomorrow, try again. Swank. You have absorbed, perhaps via just your own natural inclinations, perhaps via your background with the Order of Sharp Teeth, right? With the idea that there are a lot of the Order that aren't, that aren't lycanthropes necessarily, right?
Mm-hmm.
That are still blood hunters that use mutations or potions or other specializations. You've been around them, you've seen them. Maybe some of that has bled off on you, or maybe at the end of the day, it's just that fucking circlet making you a wee bit smarter.
Well,
but
there was a +9 in total, and I beat it by 8. So
I mean, yeah, you did it and then some. Regardless, you are able to take in Barrel's teachings. You're a model student. You're hardworking. You don't fiddle-faddle around, and you pass this kind of like scenario, this testing situation with flying colors. And what that means is more than just Ashes, from a mechanical standpoint, can now work on rare potions or potion crafting, because there's potions and oils and salves and etc., right? It also means that Ashes now becomes certified within the city of Waterdeep to be able to sell potions of a rarity, right? That is entirely up to Ashes whether or not he decides to go that route. However, with that increase in with that increase in your proficiency also comes an increase in your guild dues. So instead of owing the guild 5 gold, right? Yeah, they tax their masters a little higher. Instead of owing the guild,
they bring in more.
Yeah, very much so. That's the idea. Instead of owing the guild 5 gold a month, you owe the guild 20 gold per month.
Okay. Ooh. And is that effective next month, or is that do I need to be?
You already paid for this month, so that is effective next month.
4 times the, or what is it? Yeah, 4 times the price.
I don't know how this stuff works, so.
Them taxes coming at you, boy.
As you go through the motions of this, you have to go back to Dwight and fill out some registration forms and blah 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 blah, etc. And he asks you whether or not you want to be put on the registry of individuals that do work for hire, i.e., when people come around looking for like, hey, I need someone to make this potion for me, do you want to be on that list?
My immediate response is no.
Dwight says, if you change your mind, you can just come let me know and we'll fill out form 287B.
Damn.
All right. That will be
87 form.
Yep.
Really hard to be at the city's service when you're
not in the city.
Floors down.
Kind of shrugs. Still got stacks of paper everywhere. Still very, very, very buried under the bureaucracy of the situation.
Lifeless husk of a person.
Anyways, anything else that you want to do for your day? Congratulations, by the way.
Hey!
Everyone's like completing little training sessions and things like that.
Yeah,
it's nice.
At this point, I'm just gonna go hang out.
You got an illusory giant. Shut the fuck up.
Can I have its illusionary toenails, maybe?
Yes.
Illusionary potion making. Interesting.
Doesn't have much of a flavor. It's weird.
It tastes like aspartame. Oh, God. Anyways, yeah, Ashes, anything else you want to do for the rest of your day?
No, I'm good. That'll get me.
You have a second half of your day. You can go to the Temple of the Moon. It just won't be your normal at night thing.
Right, yeah. I'll do some day moon stuff.
Day moon stuff? You get a lot of weird looks and people are like, why are you here? It's the middle of the day.
I'll be like, I'm going to a dream world tonight, so gotta kill time somewhere.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Persuasion. I'm gonna persuade. I don't know what I'm trying to talk people into. Persuasion -1. How about a 0?
You're not trying to talk anyone into anything. It's how do people take it when you just randomly tell them, I'm going to a dream world tonight. Most people think it's drugs. Most people think it's drugs.
Oh God, no.
Most people, yeah, there's definitely this sense after today that everyone's just like, okay, so when Ashes says he's going to a dream world, he's gonna go do a lot of drugs tonight. That's what he means, right?
No, that's true.
That's
He's going on
Great,
a
now you're
night
the
retreat.
druggy guy.
No, that's Gad. Gad was the
no.
druggy
There's
guy.
a lot of the people. It's funny because this is not. None of these people are saying this stuff to Ashes. This is the conversation that's happening in the background of the
You're
House
not
of
hearing
Moon.
the rumor mill?
All of these people are like, oh, you know what? This is a good thing. He needs it. He always seems like he's so
needs to
tightly
loosen up.
wound. Like I hope it's a really good like release for him. He should probably have a couple more nights like this every once in a while.
They pool together to buy you some hookers.
God.
Christ. Immediately to the hookers. To the wonderful working women of Waterdeep, which is their guild name. Anyways.
A lot of W's.
Yeah. WWWW? Like, is that... Anyways,
W4.
hooks and hookers. I mean, yeah, that does check out. It would maybe check out more in, like, Baldur's Gate, but it still checks out in Waterdeep. You know, it'd be what it'd be. So, Ashes, you have a day in the Temple of the Moon doing some stuff. That's your role. You get nothing else.
Okay.
On a 0, you do not get to roll your d20 for the day.
That is fair. That is
Get the fuck
absolutely...
out. Who else wants to do a thing?
I mean, I do my normal day.
Ezrah, you do a normal day. Roll a d20. You want a 20?
How
Not
about
20.
a 4?
All right.
Not a 0.
It's tome time. What are we doing today?
I'm gonna keep trucking it down the Arcana.
Oh,
How many
shit.
spells can you have at one time?
I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and pop a Sork point
Lorca.
and re-roll it. That's a little bit better.
16 is unfortunately not enough to make a difference. I will tell you so that you are aware of this, because you've done this a couple times now. You're starting to kind of get a better feel for it. The DC for this is a 20. And the DC, or the success of your roll, is basically tied to levels of spells. So, if you roll above a 20, you're going to get something, but the higher you roll, the higher you're in theory going to get.
Yeah, I figured it out when it was a 26 and I got a 6th level spell.
There you go. You say math isn't your strong suit, but
That's not math, that's logic. Completely different. Fuck off.
Plus 6.
all right. Anyways, that is it. I do need to notate this. Fantastic. Is that? Did I just bad math? No, that's right math. Okay, cool. Fantabulous. Who else is doing what? You know what? Actually, Bones, let's end with you since.
I guess I'll go to my shopping list. An animal finds me.
Oh, right. Sorry. An animal does find you. Upon this morning, a squirrel, well is upon the bar. It's off to the side. There's like a little like deliveries section of the bar, so it's not like amongst the food and service and etc. etc. So there's like a little delivery section where there is a squirrel that has a little like bow tie, but the bow tie is actually like a piece of parchment that is kind of like wrapped together.
Sweet.
Okay.
I take the parchment and review it.
Upon the parchment, it's a note from Melanor Fellbranch, and it says along the lines of pleasantries. Hello, Bones. This is the information that you required from Mistress Jareth. She has informed me that in order to perform this ritual, she will need several potentially rare components. Wait. I think only one of these is really rare. Regardless, please consult the list below and return once you have obtained these items. You need 1 uncommon dagger. Does not have to be enchanted, but has to be able to receive an enchantment.
Okay. Am I supposed to be writing this down, or are you going to copy-paste it?
I'll copy-paste you.
Okay, gotcha.
You need 2 500 gold gemstones, one of which you will get back. And you need 1 heart of a great serpent or something equivalent, i.e. dragon, worm, really big serpent, hydra. Melanor goes question mark, question mark, question mark.
Okay.
That seems to be it. There's a closing line that says, all other items of necessity we will be able to provide. We eagerly await your return. Please don't let your mind be consumed by the night serpent.
Good advice. Okay.
I will copy pasta you that. Ah! I say copy pasta you that, but I just put it in chat and broke the layout.
Gave it to everyone. To everyone!
To everyone! Alright. Anyways. Oh, I should do that in the future. I'm a dumb. Is my layout broken? What's going on over here?
Is it?
It is. The
heart of a great serpent?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you just said
Did
a
I not
part
say that?
of one.
No, the heart.
I heard a part of one. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna ask the Hydra from the frog people for a fucking fingernail.
Nope.
No, the heart is a little
Yeah.
different.
The heart.
Alima.
I mean, maybe it has several hearts, because, you know, multiple heads.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, it's an exotic item. Apologies.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
After that, Bones doing bone crafting days? Double bonage? Or are you doing something else?
I'm gonna spend the day trying to source a heart of a giant serpent. Or the location of a giant serpent.
Roll me an investigation check. Your DC is going to be layered, and it's going to be a 20, 25, 30.
There you go. I rolled a 2. A 4.
You spend several hours talking to various individuals, Anastas, your poison person, even going to the frozen lady that you get gems from, and no real dice.
Noted.
Roll me a history check.
History check incoming once I locate the H's. I've located the H's. I rolled a 15. It's not actually a natural one. I can't roll that.
Okay, good to know. 15, I think 15 doesn't quite do it. That's an up to you scenario.
Fair.
So, it'd be what it be. Unfortunately, you are unable to source what you were looking for in this particular instance. That doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, just that you were unsuccessful in doing so today.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. What else are you doing for your other half?
I'm gonna keep working on my project. No, I'm not doing nothing until I can source a damn heart.
Okay. Bone crafting project, tick up, go. Fantabulous. Matashtai.
Yeah.
What are you doing? For you?
Man, I don't fucking know. I got yelled at for a god for trying to learn how to dream better. I'm finished with the persuading.
And we never saw or heard from the masked man again.
No, I'm still visit him every once in a while, just hang out.
Totally.
But I guess my next thing is I'm gonna go outside town, find some field, and set up some dummies, and me and Wolf are gonna work on group tactics together.
Group tactics.
I'm becoming a ranger.
Okay, fantabulous. You go outside into these spaces around Waterdeep that decidedly aren't any of the active druidic fields, like the enchanted fields that continue to grow food for the city.
Yeah, I try not to fuck with their food.
But also none of the fields that are obviously fenced off. So you're out in kind of like a no man's land scenario, and what have you drug out there for dummies? You take Gallant out? Is that how you're like getting things out there?
Yeah. I'm taking Gallant out. I'm gonna hook up some like I don't know hay and like shitty. I'm gonna take all the armor that Ezra bought when he wasn't paying attention. I'm gonna take all the armor suits that he bought.
That are in my bag of holding.
Okay, there we go.
I stole it from his bag of holding while he was sleeping because I can ethereal into his dome.
Oh God, no! Oh!
No, so I just grabbed some like sacks and like.
Do I need to start setting traps in my dome?
I'm surprised you don't already, honestly, just for me. Just for my sake. Okay. Roll me a... Actually, I'll just ask you. Are you being circumspect about this?
Like trying to be sneaky? No.
I'm
training.
You get out into no man's land and kind of like into one of the open spaces where it's kind of like not quite cliff and it's not quite farmland yet. And you set up these test dummies, and before you've actually accomplished anything, there are 2 Griffin riders landing about 80 to 100 feet away from you, right? And then, so they're just in the vicinity, and then there is a small patrol on horseback of a handful of outriders from the city guard that roll up and are
Security
like,
tight.
"What you doing?"
I flash my badge. I say, I'm just training.
Did you have you already brought out Wolf?
Yeah, I'll brought out Wolf.
Roll a wolf for me.
Well,
We got.
Your choice is dire wolf or dire wolf.
Let's fake, man.
Okay.
Wolf is out.
So yeah, there may be some concern that this random guy on horseback has set up something outside the city walls, and there's suddenly a giant dire wolf there.
They had heard rumors about the giant elk, and
Look. I flashed my badge.
Oh god.
Oh, and he gone.
uh-oh.
He gone.
I flashed my badge. I'm just like, guys, don't worry. Not trying to get in any trouble. Just me and my buddy Wolf here are practicing some moves for down in the dungeon.
Roll me a d20. You don't want to roll a 3 or lower. Okay.
How about a 17?
Gotcha. You are semi-famous amongst the city guard.
Yeah, I am.
Your exploits during the Howldown event, being a big deal, with both you and Is everyone else's camera for Mitch good?
Yes.
He looks fine to me.
Oh, it's so weird.
In Discord.
Yeah, it's excellently on the stream. I see that.
Oh, did you see it? He was doing this thing with his hand where he was like, yeah.
His beard. That's cute.
That's
cute. We need that on repeat. We need that on repeat.
It was disturbing. It was starting to get a little like AI. Anyways, you're somewhat famous, so generally speaking, when you interact with the city guard, all you have to do is flash your badge and say who you are, and someone amongst the group is going to go, oh, I've heard of this guy. We have a standing order to, as long as he's not doing anything dangerous, he's okay, right? Like that type of scenario. And in this is one of those particular cases. But there is the chance that you run into a group of people one day that don't know you're famous, but you're not that famous, right? So
fair.
So there's some like strange looks. And roll me a persuasion check.
All right, I'm on it. First one with the bonus. Probably be worse than my. Oh, nice.
Or
bullshit.
The lead of the Outriders looks at you and was like, okay, well, I was told that, as long as you seemed on the straight and narrow, we were to just kind of like post up shop nearby and keep an eye on you, but I'm not worried. We're gonna go grab a drink. And he gestures, because not far out to the north of Waterdeep, there's another like little village. And he's just like, we're gonna go relax. Don't be a dick, or else you're really screwing us over. And he kind of like waves to the Griffin Riders, and they like take off, and everyone leaves you the fuck alone. They're just like, okay,
right, cool, sweet.
Don't be a dick.
I proceed to not be a dick.
Because of your critical success on your persuasion, I'm going to say that either you feel uplifted, or you just feel on, or it's just there's an opportunity where you're like left alone and you actually have some time to train. Whatever the case is, I am going to allow you advantage on this check while training with Wolf to see how this goes. But before that happens, I gotta ask what the fuck we're trying to do here.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Honestly,
you don't know?
I'm just trying to okay, so here's the thing. Wolf's kind of basic. He's just a basic thing that I can summon. I'm trying to find ways to utilize him more into Matashtai's kit as a fighter.
Very reductive.
All right, fantabulous.
So whether that's developing cool combo moves with him, or like trying to teach him to I don't know, if I stun someone, he gets a reaction to bite them or something, or something like that.
That seems very plausible, like just in the immediacy, right? Like, so maybe we change our minds later, but we're gonna opt on the concept of you are trying to train with Wolf so that you both can work better in tandem and take advantage of the opportunities that each other presents. So, we're going to say that this is kind of like basic animal companion training. And we're going to tier it like we would training with a profession, like bone crafting or alchemy or something like that, right? So we're going to tier it via common, uncommon, rare, etc., etc. Maybe that we don't go this far into it. We'll see. For now, we're going to say that this is a common scenario that you are trying to just accomplish a basic kind of like move in that when a Matashtai stuns target creature, right? If Wolf is in range, Wolf can use reaction to bite said stunned creature.
Yeah.
Seems pretty basic. We're going to say you need 2 successes in order to accomplish this task, right? So you would need, in theory, 2 training sessions.
Okay.
I am going to say, instead of advantage, what we're going to do, because of your persuasion, because of kind of like the momentum you're feeling, the attitude, the freedom, whatever it is, we're just going to give you 2 chances to succeed here. So you could, if you succeed on both of these, get the move today.
Cool. Okay.
Otherwise, you'll have to go do some other training at a later session to try to do it. We're going to make this a... Oh. Okay, we're gonna make this a DC 10 animal handling check. You're making 2 of them.
Okay.
You need 2 successes.
And we can't use like talismans and stuff on these kind of checks, right?
I mean, no, I would allow you to do so. It consumes the talisman, but like Ezrah uses on the occasion his sorcery points to reroll daily checks.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So you said animal handling, DC 10?
Yes.
Okay, here's the first one. Okay, I'm going to use talisman.
Okay.
Damn!
Oh!
Alright.
Oh!
Wait,
Okay.
Lux can fail? What is this?
What?
And then I will try for the second one. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so it's not a total loss. You do make some progress. It's just, you're not quite there. Wolf has a habit of just... It's not a situation where Wolf isn't intelligent enough to bite when you stun a target, right? It's more of a translation of you guys getting in sync and stunning a target when you're like punching sacks and things like that doesn't translate as well. Also, the other part of the problem is Wolf is just kind of always biting, so finding a moment finding a moment where Wolf is like, oh, I have a reaction to bite something? Okay, sure. Right? Is kind of like a free-form idea. So you do make progress towards it. Please notate that you have 1 out of 2 successes required for this training. But yeah. And again, we can circle back around on the idea if we like something else as kind of like a common rank, like move set with Wolf. But I think bite on a stun is a pretty good common ability. You know? So.
Cool.
Anyways, that is part of your day. What do you want to do for the other part of your day? Make a talisman?
Yeah, so I'll hop on Gallant, we'll head back into town. We probably don't let Wolf in as Dire Wolf, so he unfortunately has to go back into the bag.
You can... The thing is you... The more used to something the city guard is the more likely... The less likely they are to freak out about it. But they're not especially used to you know, flipping it towards the city gates with the direwolf at your side.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so I go ahead and send him home for a bit. Then we head in town, and yeah, I'm gonna work on some talismans this evening.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Anybody have anything else that they're gonna do before evening is actually a thing?
Take a nap.
No naps.
I forbid him from napping.
No nap day.
If he puts up a dome, are we going to be unable to stop him from napping?
I don't think it stops sound, does it?
Does it stop sound?
No, it
I
does
don't
not.
want to answer these
It
questions.
You
does-
just sit outside of it with some whistles and just like...
It does not stop sound.
All right, cool.
Jeremy, I would like to get a scroll of silence before I nap.
You're asking me to
Just
get
a
cereals
scroll of
on.
Dispel magic.
Very interesting.
Isn't silence concentration? You can't sleep and concentrate at the same time.
Stop logicking my entertainment.
I'm also pretty sure silence is only like a minute.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Power nap.
Matt's just sitting there blowing the whistle for the full minute.
Who's turning blue and purple in the face?
don't monks
waiting for the timer.
don't have to breathe or something like that?
Yeah, we don't
eventually?
have to breathe, so...
Like,
That is not true. And silence lasts 10 minutes. Thank you.
oh, there
very
you go.
much.
10 minutes. 10 minutes is a power nap. You can totally do that.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
I'm gonna go. Okay, the last thing I want to do before this
Good up.
Is nap.
is nap. I'm gonna just take a little cat nap.
Okay.
A wee little catnip.
I don't want to do that. I'm gonna go and find Eatadin.
Eatadin
Okay.
is
Yeah.
at his shop on Tower March, which is clearly marked for me.
That's right.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, hey, I need a favor.
Of course. It's still gonna be like a day or so before I'm. Wait, what are we talking about?
Different favor. Hey, do you have like an extra dimensional like ID hole you can put something in for me that I can't get to?
How do you mean?
I need something to where I can't get to it.
I have a.
And I need it to not be here on this plane. Eatadin like looks left and right. Don't tell me about it. Just tell me if you can.
I have you covered.
All right. I wrap the dagger up. I stay here. I'll come back for it eventually.
He looks at it and he's like he doesn't ask any question, but he like walks over and you see him grab a pair of like tongs and then grab it, the bundle, hold it up in the air, and he like looks at you and says, "Okay, bye."
Yeah, that's probably smart. Don't I wouldn't touch it.
And then he casts it into some lava.
There's just a furnace behind him, and he's just like,
Just
Look, it's magic. It can't be destroyed like that.
yeah, but he just hides it in there, and he's like, he'll never shove his hand into the furnace.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go to a dream realm. I'll see you later.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I'll walk off.
Drugs, obviously.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Fantabulous.
everybody's gonna think we all getting high all the time.
Right.
I didn't tell anyone.
Eotodon
I spoke to
has
literal
the
dream goddesses, so
serpent's
I think I'm good.
fang. I think in my headcanon, I've just decided that Mitch the person, not the player characters, but Mitch the person, just has a personal friendship with Sehanine Moonbow. So every campaign,
any character I make has a connection with her.
is just gonna like end up chatting with her, just like casually.
It's the same thing.
Just like I have a personal relationship with Disintegration.
Very true. Yes, very
similar
personal
relationship, intimate,
Yes.
and
It gets disintegrated. Matt dreams or Mitch dreams, and I'm always a dwarf. It's just how it is.
Jay
Zach is always a faux dwarf, where he doesn't
and
want
Jay
to be
will
an
never roll a
actual-
Constitution saving throw.
Well, this is the Constitution. Jay has the Constitution saving throw. He also has be smote by gods. He also has
Oh, that's true.
lose a limb. Like, because
Hasn't happened to Ashes yet.
There
hasn't
that
happened
one
to
time
Ashes yet.
someone.
Give it
All
some
right.
time.
Note to self: make sure that by the end of the campaign, Ashes loses a limb.
I
Gotcha.
wish to actively make sure I keep all my limbs tucked in, whatever I do.
The
Keep
prehensile
your
tail
hands and
gets
arms
chopped
inside the
I think-
carpet.
Oh, there you go. Just take his tail.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
counts. That totally counts. Oh, I'll take a
That's
horn.
a limb.
That'll be
Yep, that's a
nice.
limb.
That'll be nice. Anyways, it's evening. How are you guys? What's your plan? How are you convening? You all do your day-to-day activities? You group together, back in the lifted spirits, and it is the evening of the 4th. You're supposed to go to the Temple of the Saladrin and
Yeah.
go on a journey.
I grab up everybody and we go skipping through the streets like Dorothy and her companions.
All our arms locked.
Yep, arms locked. And we make our way to the temple.
Before you leave, Bones, Mossy kind of like,
Hey, Moss.
meets up with you and is just like,
I don't dream.
am I going, boss?
Can you dream? Does he sleep?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that I told her that a Zorn would be coming. Just as a heads up.
Yeah. Look, she has to expect the unexpected, okay?
Frantically
think she has
Googling, do Zorn sleep?
to.
I think
Go.
Mossy looks at you and, he conveys the idea, right? Like, not that Zorn sleep, but that when they rest, they listen to the earth around them, right? So it's like while they're resting,
Damn hippie dippy
they're
shit.
just like almost kind of hippie communing with the earth around them.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, whatever. Yeah, come on. If you make it, you make it. If not, I guess you can just hang out with us. Make sure we don't die in our sleep.
I'm
Mossy.
gonna caution here. I don't know how great of an idea it is to bring a Zorn into the temple.
It's fine. He's of the earth. They're of the earth.
What does that even mean? What does?
Look, he's
I
my friend.
actively think this is a bad idea.
What else is he gonna do? I haven't even hung out with him. I brought him to the surface. I hadn't even hung out with him at all.
Whose fault is that?
I will say, Matashtai, there were plenty of gilded statues and occasionally gem covered iconography and scepters
He would
and
eat
sword
everything.
hilts.
That
His
sounds
ass
perfect.
would
He's
eat
got
everything.
he has restraint.
He
As long
does
as
have restraint.
as long as he gets fed beforehand.
His ass would eat every single thing there.
Okay, so do you want him to hang out at the Lifted Spirit?
I mean, that or he can go down and hang out with the Gobos.
That's rude. That's just rude to send him back on his own.
It's rude to send him back to his home.
How's he gonna get down without us? He doesn't know the way.
He also might be
He
useful.
can travel through the earth.
He also might be useful to have around tomorrow night.
Yeah, exactly. I'll feed him on the way. He has restraint. If they don't want him, I'll send him back.
Is this a in-character or out-of-character conversation?
I don't know.
Both.
From the in-character perspective, is this in earshot of Mossy or out of earshot of Mossy?
Don't hurt his feelings.
Fine. Oh no, Matt can't speak into his brain just so it's out loud.
Oh no, because Matt's used to. Oh, does he blunder? Does he just like, and then say it out loud?
Yeah, I would say, unfortunately, I don't think that the temple will be super accommodating for a Zoran.
Mossy grumbles and he says, I could wait outside.
You've hurt his feelings. Listen to his tone.
Since when does Matt speak primordial?
He doesn't speak to Matt. He speaks to Bones.
But also, I understand all languages, so
yeah. And
True.
aren't you understood by anyone who speaks a language?
Can't understand Mossy.
Yeah, you are. You're the only person who can't understand it.
Listen to the way it sounds like a boulder falling off a cliff.
God,
he's upset.
Damn.
yeah. So I understand all languages, and everything understands me.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Fucking
God damn. Okay, cool. Yeah, Mossy says, I'm not even hungry.
See? He's not even hungry.
And immediately after he says that, you hear this deep rumbling from inside him.
Smoke down. Don't be mad at me.
I will be mad, but that's fine.
He is obviously lying about not being hungry.
Okay, I will give him some freaking stuff to eat. I have stuff.
What stuff are you giving him?
He literally melds down into a bank and just starts eating gems.
Actually, the banks within Waterdeep have both enchantments and are designed to try to prevent intrusion from Zorn.
Yeah, they're surrounded by water. I give him.
Just like there's like a
Look,
a 15-foot pocket of water all around their bank.
Look, they do it in like this real life. I don't know why they wouldn't also do it in the world of magic. I will give him 3 chunks of amethyst. 3.
3?
3.
Oh.
Roll me a history check.
A feast. Veritable banquet.
History.
He eats them and says, "Is that all?"
15. You hand Mossy the first chunk of amethyst. He tosses it in. There's a fine amethyst mist that arises from within. You hand him the second one, and he says, I'm not hungry now, but I'll hold it. And he curls it into his little clawed fist. And you're like, you have the third one in your hand, and you recall this conversation with the Darkest Rain Shadow, where he disparaged you feeding a Zorn the amethysts and called it
I don't remember that.
a particular thing, insinuating that perhaps it might not be good to consume large quantities of it.
Okay, well, my bad.
You're just a bad father. It's fine.
Why do you want to hurt me, Jay?
Gave the wrong treat.
Well, I can only try and do better next time.
Okay. Mossy seems satisfied, though. The rumbly and his tumbly stops. You all make your way across the city to the Temple of the Saladrin. Ugh, Sadrin. To the Temple of the Sadrin. Anyways. Okay. I'm gonna let you all. Ezra would, or Jake, would Ezra have ever come here prior to this situation? Like, he's the only person in the city.
I don't foresee a reason.
Okay. Then no one else has been here before.
A religious place, so
no one else has been here before. Matashtai, you're the only person who has prior knowledge of this. You all walk up to this massive building, Pantheon-like building. It has these kind of like massive marble crenellations and statuary all overgrown with nature and vines. And there is a very kind of like otherworldly vibe going on about it. And you enter into the huge double doors with the two elven, masculine figure and a feminine figure. Their hands would be out touching if the doors were closed, but the doors are wide open. They're massive and large enough for a giant to stomp their way through. There's this massive dark stretch that seems to go on for an incredibly long time before it breaks, and all of a sudden you are standing in an open, sunny glade. It's sunny, but it's not bright. It's warm, but it's not hot. It feels like perpetual springtime, but the perfect moment in spring. You hear birds and beasts around you. You see this massive statue of a golden-haired Corellin, the leader of the Elven Pantheon. All of the statues here, by the way, are painted. They're not like we would consider statues with the kind of like austere, just straight white marble scenario. They're all beautifully painted. Every single color of the rainbow represented across the faces and the eyes and the hair and the wardrobes of the various figures that you find. And many of them are not only painted, but they are encrusted with gems. Not, I say encrusted with gems. The gems are always kind of like tactfully placed, but there's also like the utilization of metals, like precious metals and things like that on them. Mossy is stared at somewhat by several of the elvish figures. There's a lot of elvish figures throughout this place, but no one moves to stop you or bar your entry into the temple. No one moves to make a fuss, and you are allowed free access into the Temple of the Saladrin, but there are obviously eyes upon you. Matashtai, what do you wish to do?
Head on to the standing area and look for, hold on, I have her name written down, Emislaria.
Do you think Matashtai would be able to find his way easily enough?
Oh, 100%. He nailed it that first time. Yeah.
Okay. That sounded like a very sarcastic answer. Mine was an honest question.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got this.
Okay.
Come on, guys. This way.
Since I
Ezra can read Elvish, so if there's signage, he would know.
Since I'm met with sarcasm, I would like Matashtai to roll me a survival check.
You're gonna nail it. Hold on.
We find ourselves in the hidden temple of Dendar.
Destroyed.
No. you do remember your way. It was not an especially kind of like challenging series of turns from the initial glade. It was a right that took you to a secondary glade, and at the back of that secondary glade was another pathway that led you to Our Lady of Dreams Rest. You make your way simply enough. Ezra, you are able to corroborate the direction that you are heading as you head there. And you find yourselves as you happen upon this glade, as you walk into this glade. Ashes, this has a supremely serene and familiar feeling to you as you walk into I call it a glade, but really it's a lightly forested area with multiple kind of like semi-open spaces of 10, 15, 20 feet, right, of space, with several beams of moonlight highlighting these places. And you are vaguely familiar just being a resident of Faerun, but you know that Selûne is the goddess of the moon.
Yep.
But Sehanine Moonbow is also a representative of the moon. They do share some powers, although Sehanine Moonbow has a wide portfolio, whereas Selûne has perhaps a deeper portfolio. But there is an air of familiarity and comfort to you here. And it is reciprocated, right? Like, you feel, not only do you feel like, oh, this feels familiar, but you feel a familiarity from the glade itself.
Okay.
Like recognizes like, right?
Glade's a werewolf?
I was gonna say lichen recognizes lichen.
Right.
Anyways, you step into this glade. There are sleeping figures all around. Your presence seems to be noted this time, Matashtai. There are not dozens of bows drawn on you. And in fact, as you step into the glade, you see stepping forth from the side is Amislaria. This moon elf figure, somewhat shorter than I think all of you, actually. Wait, how tall is Ezra? Isn't Ezra tall too? Aren't all of you tall motherfuckers?
All just
5'5".
So around the same height as Ezra, right? Similar height, of probably similar stature and build, truth be told. Though she is dressed in kind of like a simple, it looks almost kind of like a riding gown, like it's for the outdoors. It's not like a big frou-frou affair or anything like that, but it is this deep, incredibly deep, dark hunter green with this kind of like dark leather vest that she's wearing over it. She has the vest kind of like buttoned down, and she looks like she's prepared to go on a trip. And she looks at you, Matashtai, and she said, I'm going to assume, I forgot about this, so I'm going to assume that it
bought the gem.
That it actually did get taken care of
Yes.
in a side moment. Oops. During the last 2 days,
Yep,
that Matashtai
definitely was purchased.
did actually go and try to find a gem. Also,
Instead
for
of going
clarity,
to the stupid library, I went and bought a gem.
also for clarity, we did talk about gems previously, and I did want to note, when buying gems, when you are told to buy a gem of said value, typically you can just go and buy the gem of said value. It's more when selling gems of a value, typically they will try to pay you less for it because they're going to sell it at its value. So if you have a 500 gold gem, for example, right, and you try to sell it, they're going to try to buy it for half so that they can sell it at 500. Does that make sense? Because that's the disparity on gem corroboration, right? So it's not that gems cost double their amount. It's that selling them nets you less than it otherwise would, right?
It was a 1,000 gem, right?
It is a 1,000 gold diamond specifically.
Yeah, I bought that for sure. Definitely didn't forget.
I have to do this because I got to be fair. Because they're buying gems of that high value is a difficulty. Fortunately, we have an out, but hopefully we won't have to use the out. I want you to roll me an investigation check. Your DC is 15 on that diamond.
Unlikely.
I got a person.
Okay. You could use that person if you want to go that route. Alternatively, the other scenario is that Matashtai has another person. Matashtai had 2 years ago, when, if you remember, when you did some carousing and made 2 contacts. One of those contacts we turned into your exotic goods trader.
Yeah.
Right? The other contact we have never used. You still have that contact open. That contact could be a gym person or something like that. But Bones does have a gym person that you could use as a contact instead.
If Bones
I leave that up to you.
Use Bones Guy.
Okay.
Put your coat on before you talk to her.
Put my coat on?
Yeah, you'll thank me later. Put your coat on.
Okay, put my coat on.
You find your way, we'll say earlier today, you found your way into the storefront of Agita in the North Ward. And you do not really know how it's possible. Well, maybe you do know how it's possible. I assume you Wisconsinites or Wisconsonians? Wisconsonians? Wisconsins?
Knights.
Ites? Okay, gotcha. I assume you all do know how this works, but it is, for some people, somewhat difficult to imagine going from a place that is incredibly snowy, like covered in snow and blustering winds and freezing, right? And walking into a place that is somehow 20 or 30 degrees less than that. You walk into this old, hunched, fur-covered, basically blue-skinned woman's shop. And it looks like you've stepped into a different world. It looks like you've stepped into almost kind of like this curio, fur trading curio shop on the frontier, right? Like, you've heard, maybe you haven't heard. If you have, maybe you have not. You've heard tales of the far north, right? And the vicious winters that plague it. This place is below freezing. It's vicious in here. And this woman, Agita, drives a hard bargain. Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Tens all day.
You have hit the bare minimum. She will sell to you, but there is going to be a cost. We will determine the cost later. We'll figure it out. Because I want to move on to other things. It's not a monetary cost. It's something else. It's either going to be a reputation hit to Bones, or it's going to be like a favor that you owe her, or it's going to be like a little something something, or whatever.
A little something something, Jeremy.
I didn't mean it like that, but you take it as you will.
Absolutely did mean it like that.
you have your diamond. The point is you have your diamond when you approach MS Laria, because the first thing the Moon Elf asks you as you walk into the glade is, hey, do you have my diamond?
I provide her with the diamond.
Great. Come over here.
Follow her.
She leads all of you into a glade is not a good word for it. It is a low patch of open space. There is a canopy, but there is enough space to walk the majority of the places. Some of you tall people might have to hunch in particular areas. She walks into the center where there is a open circle. There's no grass in this circle in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And you can see kind of like shooting out from this circle in little radials are these little toadstool rings. And she kind of like steps into the circle and she directs Ashes, Ezrah, Bones, and Matashtai into the toadstool rings. And then she looks at Mossy and she says, I thought there were only going to be 4 of you.
There were.
Alright, he's salty because he forgot.
I mean, you can just hang out here. And Mossy kind of like looks at her and goes, okay. And she nods at him, like she understands him.
Why is
And-
he
Worked out. Why are you confused about
Why am I the only person that can't talk to the sword? Why am I literally the only person?
I think it's a thing now. I think everyone from now on needs to be able to talk to Mossy. Oh, fuck.
He just looks like a blender with gravel in it.
He does. You are all instructed to take a seat within the rings of toadstools.
As I'm sitting down, be like, well, Zalara, I'm not sure if you're going to be on the other side, so hope you can entertain yourself for a while.
You're not going to dream me in there with you?
I'm going to try. I don't know how this works.
Why are you trying? Succeed.
Do or do not. There is no try.
I gotta provide you the opportunity.
Yeah. All right, well, see you on the other side then.
The rest of you take your seats amongst the toadstools.
Yes, I'm stooled up.
Yeah. Pop squat.
Amislaria sits within her circle, and you see there are a couple of elves in the periphery, right? And Amislaria kind of like waves them into action, and as she does, she begins to speak. She tells you, all right, I have done some preliminary looking into things, and she's talking primarily to you, Matashtai, but she's speaking openly to everyone, right? I have made 2 forays into this place, this region of dreams, Dalcor. And you were mostly correct with your initial assumptions. It does operate much like our dream realm does, in that the outer skirts, the actual dreaming portion where people actually dream, is relatively benign, and it appears that these entities, these quarry that you are dealing with, are unable to actually injure, though they can influence and try to manipulate within those portions. The problem is I think we're gonna have to go deeper, which means we're gonna have to go into their space, and they can definitely hurt you there. So watch out for that. As we're going through this, we are going to have to, we've got a little bit of a group here, which has its positives and negatives, upsides, downsides, right? The upside is that you're all going to be together. You're going to be able to support each other. That's going to be good, especially if things go bad. The downside is that we're going to have to take some time to collect each other and make sure we're all bundled up and grouped together so that I can guide you in the direction that we want. Now, that direction is somewhat questionable. So, Matashtai, we're going to have to rely on your feelings somewhat to kind of use as a tether to try to track your friend. All right? So, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen now. We're going to start a ritual. I'm going to do a little bit of chanting. My friends are going to do a little bit of chanting. We're going to give you something to drink. You're going to drink all of it. All of it.
Bones. Ezra immediately looks at Bones.
All of it.
What? Like I'm paying for drinking just some of stuff?
Because it is going to put you into a deep slumber, and it is going to make sure that you stay in that deep slumber until we bring you out of it, or until things go south. So, when that happens, you're going to be hit by a little beam of moonlight. Don't let it bother you. It's okay. It's part of the process. All right? We're going to use that moonlight to guide ourselves into each other's dreams. And within those dreams, we are going to collect one another. And then once everyone is collected, then we will be able to move on our path forward. That path forward, as I said earlier, is going to be partially determined by Matashtai and his connection to his friend. And I believe is going to be deeper into the heart of Dalcor, which will be quarry territory. Hopefully, we'll only have one stop. And if we do, great. That's what we want. We get in, get your friend, and then we get the fuck out. Okay?
Okay.
Here's the catches. Even within the outer region, while we are collecting each other and dreaming, it is likely that dreams don't like to be fucked with. They don't like to be told what to do. So they're probably going to resist. They're probably going to try to manipulate you. They're probably going to try to lure you into memories or falsehoods or what have you. We're going to work through those, and that's going to be fine. You should work through those in as prudent and safe a manner as you can. Because what normally happens is, say you're in a dream and you get stabbed. You wake up. Okay, it was a dream. That's fine. Except that's not our plan. If you are in a dream and you get stabbed, and then we go deeper into the dreams, that stab is going to turn into something much worse. So, try to not get overly injured when we're in the outer realm, because it's gonna fuck you up potentially in the inner realm. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Try not to be stabbed. I'll write that down.
Okay. Now, when we're in the inner realm, all the dreaming stuff bets are off. I, personally, do not know how threatening the quarry are gonna be. Maybe they'll be benign and they'll be like, oh, look at these dreamers. Ha 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 ha. Or maybe they'll be like, food. Or maybe it'll be worse. I don't know. Don't anything. Don't die. Definitely don't die. Don't die. Does that make sense?
So what you're saying is we won't wake up.
I don't know. In most normal dreaming, when you die, you do have a tendency to wake up, and sometimes it's Sometimes it'll spook you. Sometimes it'll take a few years off your life. But most of the times it's fine, right? I don't know that that's going to be the fact here. Here's the secondary concern. I will be guiding you and ushering you in this manner. As we continue, the more strain you are put under, the more strain I am put under.
Okay.
Meaning that if things get too bad, I might have to break the dreaming entirely. Which means we fail, it ends, everything is over at the best. At the worst, if I break the dreaming inside the inner circle, you might get lost. I might not be able to bring you back with me. She holds up the diamond. That's what this is for. This is going to be our good luck charm. This is going to be our focus. And hopefully we won't have to use it. But if we have to, hopefully this will be our do-over if we need one. But we'd prefer not to need one.
Okay, like to avoid do-overs.
Okay. Do any of you have experience in your dreams? Like lucid dreaming or anything like that?
I mean, my dream's been pretty real recently.
She points at Matashtai, so she says no. She points at Bone, says concerning. She points at Ashes and Ezrah.
No.
I mean, I have a reoccurring nightmare, but I don't think that counts.
Not helpful. That's fine. It's okay. Dreams are concerning. Dreams are malleable, but dreams don't like to be messed with. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, while you are in your dreams specifically, not other people's dreams, your dreams, while you are in your dreams, remember that they're your dreams. Technically, you can try to dream things, but if the dream doesn't like what you're doing, it might fight back.
It's like Inception. That's out of character.
Okay? In the inner circle, within the region of dreams, I'm not necessarily sure how things work there. I would say that it's probably best not to mess with the dreaming while we're there. But if things get desperate, that might be a direction that you want to go.
Okay.
She looks at all of you. And she looks at Matashtai. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes.
Are all of you sure you want to do this?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, she's one of us. We're getting her back.
One of us.
Google gobble.
This is exciting. All right. Any last questions?
No.
No?
Nope.
Bunch of chewy.
I've made this too alarming, haven't I?
No. This is
Well, it's
pretty normal for us.
just
We can tell you
Okay.
afterwards.
Fuck it. Not my responsibility. Well, aside from...
We're actively your responsibility.
She just stares at Matashtai for a few moments. Shut up and drink! And she snaps her fingers, and you see these attendants kind of like walk in with these bowls of a milky white liquid. And she sits down cross-legged with the diamond in the earth in front of her, and she splays her hands out, and she closes her eyes, and she begins to kind of chant, but also just hum. And you can hear there are other entities in the glade around you, kind of like humming this low chant that is somewhat hypnotic. The mixture that is brought around to you smells and tastes like milk with honey in it, basically.
Oh, so it's good.
It's extremely pleasant. Almost intoxicatingly pleasant. Yeah. Any
Slurp it up.
I was gonna say, any issues with the drinky?
No.
Hey, that's pretty.
All right, well, it really fucks up Ashes, apparently.
That low constitution of his.
The rest of you are able to down the
Has to
mixture.
be asleep for a week.
The rest of you are able to down the mixture, hand the bowls back off to the attendants that are standing next to you, and then lay down comfortably within the grassy circle of toadstools that surrounds you. There is a passing of time. It doesn't happen in an instant. You don't blink and then you're all asleep and then all dreaming. It's hard to tell, but probably anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes pass of this kind of like low hum chants, kind of like people going through the motions in the background around this glade. You can smell there's some sort of incense that starts being burnt and kind of starts to hang low in this space. But you're all laying kind of like underneath it. You can just kind of like smell the scent above you, kind of like sandalwood. And there's this, like I said, like 5-10 minutes or so that passes before each one of you slowly but surely drifts off to sleep. And it is at that point that each of you has a similar experience to what Matashtai experienced last night. No dreams, just darkness. You feel yourself, your own presence, right? Your own consciousness. And you feel this kind of like other presence, this entity. But it's faint, quiet. It presses against your minds, keeps pressing, kind of incessant. It's almost, I hate to say it, but it's the thing that pops into my head. It's almost Navi-esque, right? Like Ocarina of Time, like, hey, listen, until you actually, hey, listen. And eventually, very slowly, this kind of like spectral form of Amislaria begins to patchily take form in each of your dreams, or in each of your consciousnesses. And it starts, again, very slowly, painstakingly slowly, but eventually each of you in your mind hears this question. Hey, can you hear me or not? Hey,
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. Oh God, that took a long time. All right, are you ready to get started?
Yes.
Ashes, Ezra, and
Oh,
Bones
yeah.
roll a d20. Whoever rolls first goes first, or whoever rolls highest goes first.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, baby.
3, 6.
Wow.
Damn it! You couldn't have rolled a 9.
It would have been really cool if you rolled a 9. That's going to be it for tonight's session of Dungeon the Mad Mage. When we reconvene next, we will start in Ezra's Dream. And boy, oh boy, is that place... I think I have it titled over here. What's it? Where's it at? It's...
The hellscape with family issues.
A Dream of Elemental Lightning. So that is where we are going to reconvene next time on Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Thanks for hanging out, everyone.
That guy's.
Bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.